Cheers to you, dear listeners, and welcome to Metal Gear Mondays, the most thorough Death Stranding podcast on the internet. I am your host, Sam Wright. It's here, baby. It's here, baby. It's Death Stranding. It came out last Friday, and we've been playing it. And we wanted to kind of, ahead of our actual episodes on the subject, we wanted to kind of talk about our first impressions, mechanics, and things like that, and kind of get that out of the way up top. But I can't do it alone. I've got to introduce a person that's been doing it with me the last couple of weeks. Of course, who else would it be but Cole Duncan?
Hey guys.
Hey Cole.
Hey, what's going on, Sam?
You sound a little weird. Are you feeling okay?
I just got back from the beach.
Oh, from the beach. From the beach. Is that the Nicki Minaj's version of the beach, or like what do you?
Just me and my friend Amelie.
You and your friend Amelie. How's that doing? How's that doing for you?
I think it might just be all the Monster energy drinks.
Yeah. Monster Sans really. Sam does kind of feel a little dehydrated every time you pump out those grenades. So it's all that Monster energy, that Monster Sun, right?
Yeah, it is.
I'm just kidding. Who the fuck is that? Is that Alessio Summerfield?
Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's been a long time since the rock and roll.
Yeah. I carved out some of Alessio's time, and we're rocking it old school.
Oh yeah,
me and AC talking about first impressions. Cole had to attend a wedding today, and we wanted to give him as much time as possible to play the game for the episodes proper. So me and Alessio are rocking it old school. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, which is weird. I feel like now we're in this bizarro love triangle. Just to throw a little New Order reference out there. Me and Cole were also both streaming Death Stranding at midnight on launch night. Mm-hmm. So there's a little au pair action going on.
A little au pair. I don't think you know what that word means.
I absolutely do not. It had the word pair in it, so I just jumped there.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Did it? You jumped there? Did you use an umbrella?
Oh yes, of course. I had there was a woman with old hands, and she touched me.
A woman with old hands.
Excuse me, sir. Have you seen a woman come through here? She had old hands.
She had the oldest hands. Yeah, so we're gonna kind of talk a little bit about like what we've thought about the game so far. Alessio, you're somewhere inside of chapter 3 currently, or episode 3 right now.
Yeah, I think I'm close to the end of it. I'm roughly, give or take, probably about 20 hours into the game. I think I've done some side stuff, but yeah.
And me, moments before we started recording, I finished episode 4. So we've got a decent chunk of the game in our systems, and we're gonna talk about it. But first, we want to talk about a couple of things. Alessio did some cool stuff last week in the lead up to the game, and we're gonna kind of talk about how the stream went and everything like that. But I wanted to first kind of talk about our Patreon, because we're doing a little bit of a change up with the Patreon going forward. I think for the better. So what we want to be like super transparent. Time is a thing that we have had a bit of trouble with recently. Everybody's very busy, and we're trying our best to kind of like keep giving you the folks on the Patreon, cool stuff to like make it worth your while. And
so now we're going to be paying every patron their donation back to them. No, I'm kidding.
Don't tell
we're tripling your donation into your own PayPal.
We're passing the savings on to you. No, so one of the things that we have been very cognizant of in the recent weeks is that we've kind of slowed down on our video content a little bit, and that is a pretty core piece of one of our tiers. and we super feel bad about that. It's just we've been finding time within our schedules to nail down how and logistically how to do that. Has been a nightmare. So we're kind of shifting around our perks a little bit. What we're doing is the $25 tier. We are eliminating, and we're taking the perks that were in that tier, which I think the primary one is the monthly hangout, and we're folding it into the $10 tier. And then we're taking the $100 tier and we're reducing it to $50. And so it goes $1 will stay the same, $2 will stay the same, and $5 will stay the same. $10 will now include the monthly hangout, and we're going to, instead of doing Google Hangouts, we're going to create a voice channel on our Discord. So if you are in the Patreon at any tier, you have access to the Discord. So we're going to create a voice channel within the Discord for the Hangout, because I don't think Google Hangouts will like us having that many people on a Hangout at once. So we have enough trouble with the people that we have.
And you'll still get access to the all of the back catalog of videos that have ever been made for that. Mm-hmm. So it's not like that stuff goes away or anything.
Mm-hmm, correct. And then and like I said, we're eliminating the $25 tier, and it's just going to jump up to $50, and that one's going to stay the same. So the same benefits. You either get to be on one mainline episode, or two of a side op or an extra op episode a year if you donated that tier, plus everything below. And we still intend to produce video content. It's just going to be a little bit more sporadic, and so we wanted to kind of ease that a little bit and just kind of announce hey, we're still doing it. We just don't know. We just have no set schedule on when. And so here's kind of this. So we're kind of shifting it around. So if you are at the $25 tier, we will be reaching out to you soon. And we're going to have you adjust your pledge so that you adjust it down to $10. And then we're just going to cut that $25 tier out and then adjust the Patreon accordingly.
Sam, I have a question.
What's up?
Is it like Kickstarter, where if people want to donate more but they want to choose a lower perk, can they do that?
Yes, they can. Okay. So if you want to keep your donation, if you want to up your, I'm pretty sure you can donate as much as you want and then pick whatever perk. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I just wasn't positive.
Yeah, but we're not going to ask anybody to do that. If you want to do that, that's super cool of you, but we're not going to ask anybody to do that. But it's an option. So we will be making that change as you're hearing this, probably right after, probably the day of your hearing this. So yeah, we just wanted to make that announcement up front. We do apologize for kind of the lack of that video content, but hopefully this makes it a little bit better. And yeah,
and irregardless, I still owe everybody a thank you video from the George Washington Bridge, and that is going to happen. I just need to not be lazy and actually walk halfway down the bridge.
Yep.
It's a long bridge, you guys.
It is a very long bridge.
I mean, it's not as long as the Verrazano Bridge, which is extremely long.
That's in New York too, right?
Yeah, Verrazano goes from Staten Island to Brooklyn, I think. You
should take a video of you on. Alessio Summerfield, bridge enthusiast.
Yeah.
Just go to every bridge.
Yeah, I'm Alessio walking bridges. That is my new name.
You're no longer. You're not a Summerfield anymore. You're a bridges. Now.
Yeah, it's weird because at the base of every bridge in New York, there's this cylindrical thing that comes up, and you can like it or you can feed it crystals, but it only takes meth crystals, and I'm not really sure what that's about.
That makes sense though. People got those Wile E. Coyotes got to smoke those methamphetamines.
Oh yeah, of course.
To keep their energy up.
The oxytocin.
Yeah, that's where all the mules. That's where the mules get their shit from.
They're not actually people. They're actually real mules.
They're more meth than man.
Yeah, the M in mule stands for meth.
I didn't notice that. So like, there's a lot of stuff that's like capital letters, like all capital letters. Are they acronyms for something?
I don't know. I've been thinking about that too. Because there's no periods.
I've been reading like all these. No, there's no periods. I've been reading all these like Intel documents that like not is all capital and mule is all capital. Like, and I've been reading those Intel documents and stuff that they give you in the mail, the interview stuff, but there's no indication that they stand for anything.
Yeah, I feel like two things. Love the emojis in all the emails.
Love the emojis.
Second thing, I feel like unless the sentence is in yellow, it's kind of throwaway in like most of them, which is weird. That's a lot of text for burying the lead there. But anyway, sorry, we're jumping ahead, I think.
Yeah, we are jumping a little bit ahead. This episode, as we discussed kind of up top, is designed to where I am hesitant to say no spoilers.
Yeah, it depends. I guess it depends on what you categorize as a spoiler. Because if you're one of those people that like knowing something exists counts as a spoiler, then this might not be for you.
Yeah, but we are not going to be getting into story spoilers. So we're not going to be talking about like, I was trying to think of like a fake example, but my brain turned off, so never mind.
Yeah, we haven't finished it, so really nothing is out of play. I was going to say like, yeah, the point where the Eiffel Tower becomes sentient and eats people, but like, who knows?
Yeah.
Like, maybe that will happen.
That could be a thing that happens. And you know what? I wouldn't be upset about.
Yeah, that's noted Bridges' rival towers.
They want to connect. That's what NASA turned into.
Yeah, they just want to connect to aliens, not people. Jesus.
They go up. Bridges goes across.
Oh my
Towers
God.
goes up.
I wanted to ask, actually, so is the spoiler policy on this season that you guys are just going to talk about what happens in the chapters as you get to them?
Yeah, I think so, because I think what we're going to do, we're going to kind of delineate it a little bit. So we're going to specifically try and contain like plot elements within chapter.
Nice.
So so it's going to be like, here's the prologue. This is chapter 1. Okay. Now chapter 2 is, we're not talking about 3. We can still talk about 1 within chapter 2, obviously, and kind of build on that way.
Nice. I'm jealous you guys get the entire Low Roar discography to edit too.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited.
Just all of it.
Low Roar is incredible.
Yeah. For sure. I think a majority of the stream was anytime a Low Roar song came on, everyone just getting dead quiet and then being like,
just to listen to
man, this is real good.
I agree. Low Roar is incredible. I will just, like, I can't remember what I was doing. I think it was like catching up on some emails on Friday, and so I didn't have to deal with 50,000 when I came back to work on Monday. And I just like sat in my room and just played Low Roar while I just typed away on my computer. It was great.
Yeah, they're like folky Tom York.
Very into it. It's very into it.
V has come.
And then of course I also played Ludens by Bring Me the Horizon, which is a fucking jam.
Yeah, man. It was funny. You guys mentioned that it came out that day. And I guess segue. I was meaning to listen to it, and I didn't get a chance to listen to it. And then as we're walking through the pop-up in Chelsea, I just see a pair of headphones that says Ludens, Bring Me the Horizon, and I was like, oh yeah, I was going to listen to that earlier today. Let me just put these boys on real quick.
Yeah,
it was really good.
It's a fucking jam, dude. There's like the breakdown at like 3 minutes, like where it goes, you call this a connection? Give me a break. It's like I might actually clip like a quick 10-second thing here, but it's like. Dude.
You call this a connection? You call this a connection? Oh, give me a break.
It's I dream about that breakdown.
Yeah, I really wish that right after somebody would just sample was it Sprint? The Can You Hear Me Now? Or is that Verizon?
That's
Bring Me the Verizon. That's what I want to hear.
Bring Me the Verizon.
I want to hear Bring Me the Verizon, and you call that a connection, and after the breakdown you just hear Can You Hear Me Now?
Can you hear me now?
This podcast brought to you by
I love
Verizon, who's providing me with
Verizon?
fiber optic internet right now.
Yeah, I know. You have like 1,000 download and like 50,000 upload. or
Yeah,
something.
I've already heard this conversation already, Sam. That's how fast my
Have you?
internet is. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
You're at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, I'm on the Chiral network.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy came by to install it, and he just took some dog tags, held them up to my computer, and we both floated for a second, and then he was like, all right, you're good.
Cool. Good shit. I wonder how fast. I wonder what the ping on the chiral network is like.
Oh, Jesus. It's like negative 3,000 milliseconds.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as you mentioned, you went to the Death Stranding pop-up, the world tour thing with one Chris Hampton.
Oh, yeah. I actually went
Listener
twice.
extraordinaire.
I went with...
You did? Oh.
Yeah, I went with Chris, and then I went by myself, and I was sadly disappointed that I did not run into anybody either time. But we can definitely talk about it, because I got to see everybody's handprints, and I got to see all kinds of weirdness. So...
You got Norman Reedus' fingerprints and his social security number.
Oh, of course. I got to see the human-sized wax Norman Reedus for the second time in New York. The first time being at New York Comic Con.
And how did it make you feel the second time?
Second time was good. First time I did actually touch his ear in that photo where it looks like I'm giving him a wet willy. I did touch his ear, and it did feel a little fleshy.
Gross.
Which was really gross.
Wow, I hate that.
And I guess we haven't talked about it on the show, but when I went to New York Comic Con, I got to meet Jennifer Hale face to face.
Yes, you did.
And that was awesome. She was very cool.
Wonderful.
So shout outs to Miss Hale.
Shout outs, J Hale. All hail J Hale.
Oh yeah,
baby.
But
so
yeah.
So tell me about this pop up. So tell me about your experiences with Mr. Hampton.
Yeah. So essentially, Chris had told me he was going to be in town for a work meeting. So we decided to meet up. And I guess when he landed, he got an email saying that his work meeting had been canceled. And so I was like, well, I guess you're just having fun in New York now. And he was like, yeah, I guess. But his hotel was pretty close to where the pop up was going to be. And so it was only like a 15-minute train ride from my work to where the pop-up was. So the pop-up was like underneath the High Line, which if you've played Spider-Man, you know the abandoned-looking interstate that is in Manhattan. So in real life, I think this happened right after the game came out. In real life, that has been converted into a park. And so there's a lovely park that you can walk all the way down in the middle of the city, and you're just like on a highway.
That's badass.
Yeah, and so on 10th, I think it was like 60th, 10th Avenue, or 60th 10th Avenue, they had this like event space that's right underneath the High Line and really close to the Chelsea Market, which is like a big indoor, like 60 restaurants and a bunch of shops and stuff, like an indoor mall. They had this building, and so I was walking, and Chris was going to get dropped off by his Lyft driver or whatever at the building, and I beat him there by like 10, 15 minutes, and I was like, oh man, I wonder where the building's at, and like as I turn a corner, there are just people wrapped around a building that is covered in Death Stranding artwork, and I'm like, well, there it is.
It's like, I wonder if it's there.
Yeah, I was like, that looks like that's the one. And the way that it's set up is you had to pre-register for tickets for the museum, but then the gift shop was available for anybody. Chris didn't have a ticket, and then my ticket was for the next day. We met on Wednesday. The big opening of the event space was on Tuesday. More on that later. And Thursday is when I was able to reserve time, because the moment that the event went up, like the Tuesday just like completely sold out, like instantly.
Sure.
And I'm assuming a lot of it was actually industry people, because I saw a lot of photographs, and it's like a ton of journalists. Because like Kotaku and all these, like Polygon, all these companies are in New York. And one Tim Rogers apparently was there with Kojima, which is cool.
Because was Kojima there on Tuesday?
Yeah. So Tuesday night was the big opening of the space, and what ended up happening was Kojima and every single actor in the game was there.
Whoa.
Yeah, so there's like pictures online. It's like Troy Baker, what's his name? Tommy Lee Jenkins, is that right?
Tommy Earl
Jenkins, excuse me. And then I want to say
was super chill, and I want to talk to him on the show.
Yeah, I want to say Norman Reedus. I think Mads was. I think like literally everybody was there. It was everybody. And they were all there, and I didn't see it until like because Tuesday night I had to come home and do some stuff, and in my head I'm like, okay, the stream, like Jeff Keighley and Kojima's official Death Stranding stream that was on Thursday is happening in New York, and so I was like, surely Kojima's going to go back to the pop up like at least one or two more times. So I didn't really think anything of missing that first night. I was like, oh, it's not going to be a big deal. It'll be fine. In hindsight, I probably should have like hung out outside just in case.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening was, I guess that was the big party. There was like a band that played. Kojima took pictures with all these people.
Low Roar was there.
Yeah, they did like handprints on a wall, which I saw when I went, where they they put their handprints on a wall and signed them.
Oh.
But yeah, so I missed all that, which sucks. But I got to hang out with Chris, which was awesome. And while Chris and I were hanging out, we were going to the shop or whatever. Chris just happened to go in the wrong entrance, and one of the women working the event space said, hey, if you guys want, like, we're between tours right now, we can squeeze you guys in. And Chris was like, oh, shit. And so he went and got me and was like, hey, let's go. And I was like, all right. So we ended up getting in for, we didn't have to register or anything. We just went in, signed a little, like,
on
NDA.
Tuesday?
On Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay.
Yeah, so Wednesday, I want to say it was like around 7:30 we went in, and then I went back Thursday at around the same time, which was my booked time. But yeah, it was pretty neat. It's all PlayStation staff or whatever. I guess they might even be like holiday workers or whatever. But they're wearing like PlayStation swag. When you first get there, and there's some photos on our Discord and stuff like that, but when you first get there, there's a hallway that is a replica of the Kojima Productions hallway. So there's like a Ludens, and like everything's lit up, and you can take pictures, and there's like somebody there to do video and stuff. And then you go through there, and then once you get to the other side, the first thing that you see, I kid you not, is Kojima saved every single badge from every single gaming event he's been to ever. And so there's literally a case where Kojima signed all of his badges from like every E3 and TGS that he's ever been to, and Game Awards. And you can just see his lanyards from all the different events. And then next to them was like a big glass case that had all of his awards that he's ever won. I think going all the way back to like 2004, 2005 maybe. But yeah, a bunch of different awards and stuff. And then when you go through the awards, then you end up in this little nook that has all of the Shinkawa sketches. So there's like a bunch of Shinkawa sketches, a bunch of concept art.
Oh, like all the characters and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was super neat. And I think they were actually original sketches. So like there were concept prints, but then in the middle, there were what clearly looked like hand-drawn, like Sharpie. Like it looked like inked pictures, like not digital.
Ooh.
And then you turn another corner, and there's an exact replica of the way that they've got the like programming desks set up at Kojima Productions. So you can kind of sit down in like a little pod, like, and look at the way that they do their little groups and their teams or whatever. And I'm pretty sure they were running footage that's from the documentary that comes with the special edition of the game. And there were even little action figures from Kojima's collection, like his little Gotcha Man and all that stuff, like his little like the stuff that appeared in the Conan bit.
Oh, like Ultraman?
Yeah, Ultraman, sorry. They were like all over the place. And then as you turn the corner, there was like a whole room dedicated to the music. So they were showing like, I think it was like a Grimes music video for the song that she did. And then I think they were even showing some Churches stuff. And then they had headsets set up with all the different songs so you could listen to them individually. They had a lot of big pictures of all the different groups. So there was like the Dip. It's so weird to me that it's Major Lazer, because like Major Lazer ceased to be multiple people and has been Diplo for like 3 years. And so it's like weird that he's still using that name. But it's just pictures of Diplo just like hanging out with Khalid. And then they even had this little thing like an iPad where you could listen to a cutscene from the game, but you could mix like the ambience and sound effects and dialogue and yada, yada, yada. And kind of like just kind of focus in on individual components or whatever. And then the last room before the big kind of send-off room was this space made to look like the motion capture facility. So they
where they scanned in Conan?
Yeah, so they showed you like the little they showed you like the circle of cameras. They were all prop cameras for the museum though. They weren't actual Like they
Like
we
3D
yeah,
cameras.
Chris and I looked at them. I think in the actual setup they're all just like Canon 7Ds or something. Like it's just simple stuff. I think it just takes like 1 million photos. The ones that they had in the space though were like shitty 35 millimeter like plastic cameras from like the early 2000s.
I love the idea. It was like everybody who comes to the pop-up gets to be in Death
Yeah,
Stranding.
yeah, that'd be amazing. But they showed you like the suits as well. They had one of them like in a glass case, like the motion capture suits. And then they had like little video clips playing of all the different mocap scenarios, and there was like a framed photo of like Mads and Norman like smoking in their mocap suits or whatever. And then from there is when we saw the handprint room and the life-size Norman Reedus, and they had
With his fleshy, waxy ears.
yeah, they had the special PS4 Pro and the special edition of the game, the collector's edition, like behind a case. And then there was something I could not photograph, which was a wall that featured photographs of Kojima with every single one of the cameos in the game.
Oh.
And then there was a guy posted up and was very hardcore about, like, you can't take these pictures. So they didn't explicitly say, like, hey, all these people are in the game. But the fact that some of the people that I knew were in the game were on that list, and then some of the people who I heard rumor of being in the game were on that list, and the guy was telling us not to photograph them, I was like, yeah, these are all in the game, probably.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah, and the list is pretty crazy. I mean, it's like, I'm just going to say literally anybody that you've heard in an interview quoted as saying anything about Death Stranding is just in the game. Like,
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder if those interviews were promotional interviews and not genuine opinions.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. So you got to see all these photos of Kojima with different people. Some pretty surprising shit, actually. Like, me and Chris were both like, what? Like, at some of the ones that were in there.
I've run across a couple. There was one, I don't want to spoil any particular person, but there was one, there's a facility south of Lake Knot City.
Oh, yeah.
The person who they got for that one made me very happy.
The person in question spoiled it themselves on Twitter like 2 days before release, which was like,
yeah,
come on.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
so
it's weird to see some of these people with American voice acting, because I feel like it is weird to see that voice come out of those bodies.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then after that, it just led straight into the little shop, which had a lot of really expensive shit. It was like a reproduction of a Cupid for $330, or like a signed Yoji Shinkawa print for $280.
Fuck, I'll just get a piece of string and some USB drives and make my own Cupid. Fuck off.
Yeah, there was a guy behind us in line that like, and I said this on the stream too, but this guy was like the kind of guy that was like, Ludens isn't actually in the game. He's just the mascot for Kojima Productions. And me and Chris were like, dude, we know, like, please. But he was also like, you can get replicas of the Cupid on Amazon for $35. And I was like, okay, thanks, buddy. But it was neat. And they were very sweet at the shop. They even gave people like free shit for buying stuff. And so I bought some Kojima Productions socks and a Kojima Productions shirt. I wanted the World Tour shirt just because usually when I'm buying a shirt at a shop, I don't want to buy the one that you can buy online. I want to get the one that's like unique. But they were sold out of everything except for like double XL. And I was like, fuck.
Just wash it a bunch.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But no, it was pretty neat. I think the normal stuff, like some of the posters and the T-shirts, were pretty regularly priced. But like the Ludens figure was like $400. Like there was some crazy expensive shit in there.
For the official record, the I can't find the Cupid on.
Oh, damn. That nerdsplainer got nerdsplained.
Fucking rip him.
Yeah, we
kill him.
We Snopes'd his ass.
Snopes his ass, bitch.
I just want to like see a dude posted up on a stoop outside just say that to somebody. Like, go Snopes his ass, motherfucker. But yeah, so that was the pop-up. And then after that, I think Chris and I ended up getting drinks and some seafood and having a good time. It was very nice.
Now, can you please rate Chris Hampton on at a grading scale of 1 to 10, please?
Yeah, so I would give Chris Hampton an 8 out of 10. And I'm subtracting 2 points for like the 2 feet shorter than I thought he was. He was a lot shorter than I expected. Very sweet man, very very stylish. I've not seen a man accessorize so effectively in a while. Very nice to talk to, and very good travel companion. If you get the chance, hang out with Chris. He's a good guy.
Cool. Good review. We'll post it on IGN.
Perfect.
Toot sweet.
6 out of 8. Kill me. I feel like the IGN review for Death Stranding should have been like 6.8 at me, bro.
That's actually something too. Like this game, it was not getting great reviews.
Yeah, it's funny to me because if you find like Python Selkin or some of these other folks on Twitter, they're putting together these little promo images that are like Death Stranding out now, and it's got all the different review scores on the image. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, the fact that you've got like IGN Italia on your, like you're digging deep. If it's like Gamer Plus Spain is on there, it's like, man, like there are some pretty big names that rated this thing like
low,
like 3 out of 5, 6 out of 10. Like, why you shouldn't ignore that? Like, that's not. Yeah, I don't know. Sam, if you'll allow me, I just really quickly, just because I've been paying attention to a lot of the discourse on Twitter, I just want to say, like, whether you like the game or don't, like, we're all adults, and like, it's not a good look when Metal Gear fans and Kojima fans are like berating people on the internet for having opinions. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of that stuff, Sam, but some of that stuff out there is fucking ridiculous. Like, I was surprised at the behavior from some of these people.
Yeah, it's a little rough out there. Cause like, I don't know, I can respect the idea of having an opinion. Like, if you think this game is like the best game, awesome. And I'm very happy for you. Like, people have opinions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let them have those opinions, you know, if they're not hurting you with your, like some people would have you believe that like by having an opposing opinion, you are harming a person, you know what I mean? But it's not the case. If they're not by having a bad opinion, they're not affecting your enjoyment of a thing. So don't like be that guy.
Yeah. And like Kojima and Sony don't need you to stand up for them. They're fine.
No,
like they're absolutely fine.
They're fine. And the other thing too is that it goes like it flies directly in the face of what Kojima has said he wants this game to be about in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, and you can be disappointed. Like if somebody, not in the game per se, but I mean, you're allowed to be disappointed in the game if you want to be, but like if somebody that you dig online comes out and says like, hey, it just wasn't for me. I played 20 hours and I got bored with it. Cool. Like, move on, man. Like, but I don't know, man. I've been seeing a lot of people that are like either subtly or directly implying that people are like uneducated or ignorant if they don't like it, or like, I don't know, man. It's weird.
Is Death Stranding going to be the new Rick and Morty?
I guess it didn't. Well, it makes sense that Rick and Morty did a Death Stranding ad.
Yeah.
So
it was like, to be like it being fair, you have to have a high IQ to understand Death
Stranding.
Stranding.
Of course, yeah.
So
yeah, so I don't know, and I mean, again,
don't let this game become the new Rick and Morty.
Yeah, and it's funny to me because a lot of this actually, because I think Sam and Cole kind of went dark. For me, I was just like mostly impatient and wanted to kind of see what people were saying. But I dug into like a fuck ton of the reviews and like the preview stuff, and like people were already lashing out and getting aggressive when no one had played the fucking thing. So like once the game actually came out, it definitely suddenly got worse.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I don't know. It's weird. It's also as if too, like within, I mean, I guess this might be a little bit more obvious. Sam, I don't know if you have had the same experience, but like even people who I didn't know gave a shit about Kojima, like I have been getting texts and phone calls and PlayStation messages nonstop since midnight that this game came out. Like, I'm glad that people think about me when they see Kojima's name, but like, I don't need to be informed about every thought you're having about this game. Like, even my kid's sister texted me and was like, rap with me about Death Stranding. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, please. I felt like Dave Chappelle when he talks about going to Disney World. Like, it was just like, dude, we take a day off. Like, let me breathe, please.
This all being said, Alessio.
Oh, no.
Is this a good video game?
We're just diving
Don't
in.
answer that. Don't answer that.
No, I know.
I do want to we can kind of talk about like how we're feeling about it so far. We booted this up in two different circumstances, correct? So I jumped in with, you know, my solo. I'm on my own. I have no connections. Nobody's there for me.
Oh, no.
You know, that initial feeling of aloneness as one typically does with a video game. You streamed a good chunk of the game. You streamed for several hours.
Yeah, it was
this video
wild.
game.
I went from never having streamed to being like, yeah, I'll do a marathon 8-hour stream. Let's go.
Yeah, why not? And so we kind of had a couple different experiences. I want to know, what were your feelings about, like, how did you feel when you booted up Death Stranding for the first time? And how do you think doing it for a stream changed, like, your, like, feeling? You know, because when I booted it up, like, my face, I was just like, I can't fucking believe this video game exists and I'm playing it right now. How did you feel?
Yeah, I think mine was kind of, definitely that initial boot screen was pretty similar. Like, as soon as I saw the title screen, I was like, oh my God, I can play this. Like, this is bizarre. And literally everybody that was on the stream said the same thing. They were like, oh my God, like, this is happening. It was made extra weird because I had both Zach James and Cole Duncan on the party line. Zach only stuck around
on the party train.
Yeah, Zach stuck around only for about 30 minutes because he didn't want to spoil it and he had to go to bed. But yeah, quite a few people. It was weird, man. We actually had like a couple new people patronize us that night and then dive into the stream that night.
Yeah.
So there were some old familiar faces, some new faces, very lively comments, a lot of ragging on Norman Reedus, like some hilarious Norman Reedus ragging.
And like his pubic hair, facial hair.
Yeah, somebody was like, "You can't shower enough. He always looks dirty."
Yeah,
I was cracking up.
He's never not dirty looking in this game.
Oh yeah, he looks like a real Dustin.
And oh no.
And like no harm, no foul against anybody named Dustin, but he just looks like a greasy ass drug dealing Dusty.
There's a reason why an associate of ours decided to not go by Dustin anymore.
Exactly. But yeah, it was
we won't call him out specifically, but
yeah.
some people may know who it is.
But it was very different for sure. I think.
And the other thing of it too is that like Norman Reedus doesn't have the greatest facial hair in the world in real life anyway. But like I was talking to Zach about this earlier today, they really did him dirty on the facial hair.
Yeah, it's like it's Venom Snake MGS5 levels of like Willem Dafoe Lighthouse pubes beard.
Just like slap some fucking Elmer's glue on your face and drop some pubes on it.
So you want to know something really weird that I did not realize until I hit hour 20 of this video game? Norman Reedus' entire body is hairless except for his face.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you think that man shaves his whole body in real life?
Maybe.
I think he would have to, right? Kojima's so obsessed with like
detail, yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. It's weird that I didn't notice it until like recently, and I was like, that's a hairless boy.
That is one hairless boy. Yeah, you're right. He is hairless, isn't he? Holy shit.
That's Human Rufus from Kim Possible.
Human Rufus. You know, my favorite part about calling him Human Rufus is that like it's eerily close to somebody saying Norman Reedus really wrong.
Norman Reedus is an anagram for human Rufus.
This is one of my favorite actors from The Walking Dead, Human Rufus.
Oh God. But yeah, it was pretty good. Unfortunately, so the stream is all on our YouTube. So if you go to youtube.com/Metal Gear Mondays, you can check out all 4 very lengthy parts. The first 2 parts were from the midnight playthrough, and then the second 2 parts were from the next day. I showered, walked to Jerry, and then just fucking jumped right back in. But I will say unfortunately for whatever reason, I was having internet issues, and so we played I think the first 10-ish minutes, and then I had a weird dropout, and then for the rest of it, I got everything sorted. So there is, for whatever, if you decide to go and play, just know that like a decent chunk of the intro cutscene is just like omitted, and that's just purely from like me figuring out what the fuck happened in the middle of it playing.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
but yeah.
But yeah, check that out on the YouTube. See how it went. Give it a look. People like streams, don't they?
Yeah,
People
give it
watch
some likes, you guys. I got to
streams.
boost my stats.
Yeah, I gotta boost sex. Gotta get that oxytocin intake.
Oh yeah, I
Uptick.
need like 45 pounds of sleeping pills. Sam, I was gonna say too though. I did split it. So like half my playtime I'd say was with stream and half was solo, which was very, very interesting and made for a very different game.
It's such an interesting like dynamic because that was like the whole build up, right, to the game was just like you're alone. You're starting this game alone and you build connections as you go. And so I feel like, not to say this is bad because it's not, but I feel like having all those people kind of changes the initial experience because it is a very lonely like game for until like all of those signs and buildings and like weird shit starts popping up. Like it's a very lonely game.
Yeah.
By design. And so I wonder if like it changed like a little bit of like your initial like atmosphere maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the weird thing, and so I mean, obviously, I think for the most part, I think we should probably talk sugar first, and then maybe criticisms on the back. But like, I think the big thing that I keep coming back to, and I don't know how you feel about this, so I'm definitely curious to get your read. But the thing I keep coming back to is like it was advertised as being this very lonely experience. Most of the reviews talk about how like lonely it was. I think the thing that shocked me, both during the stream and not on the stream, is how much... So, like, for the last several months, like, I've not left New York City for a while. And so I feel very overstimulated. And the fact that, like, hey, this serene hiking experience was this game, I was very excited to get into it. One of the things that I noticed is, like, the game itself interrupts your mood so frequently. Like the tooltips, I've gotten the same fucking tooltips 20, 30, 40 times, even though I've checked them off on my menu. The music is constantly like, here's some music, here's a codec call, here's a tooltip, here's a cutscene. Like, I don't think I walked in one direction for like more than 2 minutes between being pinged about something.
Yeah, it is inundating. And the other thing I will say is that like the amount of times, like within the first 2 chapters at the very least, but like it does, I will say it does, the tooltips don't, but I feel like the rest, like this slows down at like, as the game starts, you are getting inundated with tutorials and phone calls. Like the amount of times Die Hard Man called me 3 times in a fucking row. I understand why he has the second most lines in this goddamn game. Because like they just call you and tell you things constantly, and it's just I've historically been against this in like all games where it's just like they just flood you with tutorials like from the beginning, and it's just like I just can't like wrap my head around this right now.
Yeah, I was like, I want to be left alone. I was like, please, for the love of God, like leave me alone. I just want to experience this for 2 seconds, and I may eventually go and just disable the tooltips because like I'm not even kidding. I'm seeing like, hey, there's a limit to how many times you can like a sign. Like I'm still seeing that 20 hours in, and I'm like, I know. So I might eventually disable those, but I'm cautiously optimistic that the level of interruptions will hopefully diminish.
Yeah, I don't know, because there's constantly like. The one thing I will give this game, and this is a point in its favor, is that it's constantly giving you new shit to like play with and like do, and so that leads into the negative, which is I think like the tooltips will just keep coming because there's always like something new happening.
Yeah, I think the game's really
there's always-
excited about itself. So it's like,
Yes.
it feels like the game is an 8-year-old boy that like wants to tell you how excited it is all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, I get it. Like, you're pumped. I'm pumped. Let me be pumped. Please.
Yeah, we're pumped. Let's be pumped together and stop talking about it.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's the thing where it's like the advertising is actually kind of false, where it's like, I want to walk with nothing but ambience for like 20 minutes. Like, let me have it. But it's weird. Like, I was talking to Zach James earlier today, and he just sent me a text that read, "You don't have to present me with a cutscene every time it starts raining."
Yeah.
And I was like, word? Like, yes.
So that what he's referring to there. So it starts raining. It goes into slow motion. And when it lets you know that it's raining, so the hood can come on, and then you're walking through the rain, and then you walk into some BTs, and then it goes into slow motion and zooms into your Ojodeck sensor, who Zach has been calling it the Ode to Kirk or the Odekirk.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite.
The Bob Odenkirk.
The Bob Odenkirk scanner.
Yeah, I got a new name for that thing now. I love that.
Yeah, the Odenkirk scanner. But it zooms into the Ojodeck and it like shows it coming up and out and tracks BTs, and then you walk through and then you get out of BT territory and it zooms in to tell you that and slows down to like remove, like to put the scanner back into your backpack. And then when you finally get out of the rain, it slows down again to tell you that the rain's off and the hood comes down. And then if you pick up a cryptobite or a fucking chiral crystal, it does slow motion to do that too. And it's just so
Don't forget about the
weird.
thumbs up.
Oh yeah, the thumbs up too. Yeah.
Yeah, the Ojodeck will just shoot you a thumbs up.
Yeah, or it'll like wave or like point or something like that when you leave BT territory. It's so fucking weird. And it's just like, do not.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a first time thing, and I was very excited. I was like, cool, amping me up, very excited. And then after...
I get that.
Yeah, after like the 25th time, I was like, I understand. I get it. I've been
And
here
this
for
is
all
especially, it's very much chaotic evil, because if you're like skirting the edge of some type of like BT territory and you accidentally slip into or out of, it'll do it every single time. And there was a
my
point
God.
when I was trying to avoid BT, so I was kind of like on the edge of their territory. And so I would like skirt around the edge of like the territory, and I know shit at one point saw that slow motion out and then in 4 times in a row.
Oh my God, that's insane.
It was within the span of about a minute, and it was the most infuriating thing in the world. It like I'm considering looking for settings to see if you can turn it off.
Yeah,
it's so obnoxious.
That's going to be, I think, one of the benefits too, if this or when this game comes out on PC, is I'm sure, because like right now Red Dead 2 just came out on PC, and people have already patched it to where if you want to, as soon as you start the game, it just starts you at chapter 1 and not during the prologue. And so 100% I guarantee you when Death Stranding comes out on PC, there's going to be a ton of like, install this patch to not have any of these little cutscenes ever, and just shit like that, I'm sure.
Yeah, which I feel like might piss Hideo Kojima off.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But then you shouldn't release your game on PC if you don't want people to mod it. So.
Oh yeah, people are going to break the shit out of that. We're going to see like Solaire and like the Joker in that game, like within minute 1.
Yes, please.
But yeah,
which this is like kind of non sequitur. Can I tell you, you know what my laugh is like? I've never been more sensitive about my laugh as when I came out of seeing Joker for the first time.
Oh, I've never been more sensitive of hearing people laugh in public than after coming out of Joker. I was at New York Comic Con, and I kid you not, somebody started laughing very loudly. The whole fucking convention center got dead quiet.
Yeah.
And they would not stop laughing. And then when they stopped, everybody was like, oh shit, and then started walking around again.
Yeah.
Like,
because I have a very like high pitched laugh, and of course so does the Joker, and I was just like, I hate this.
yeah, that movie weaponized laughter, I think.
Anyway, what I will say about the traversal is that if you can hang on to like if okay, so if you go into this video game and you start playing the first like 2 chapters and you're just like, this kind of sucks, just hang in there, because in chapter 3 they start giving you like really cool shit and that really augment like what you can do and how you can traverse and give you more options. When I started playing this game, it was comical. You have to at one point transport a body to a place.
Oh yeah.
And it was comical how much you had to like hither and dither and sway your body to like keep it from falling over, because this body was like about to fall off of you, or like if you have like one package too high in your fucking Tower of Babel stack of deliveries, like you have to like shift your weight like left and right every 5 seconds, and it's I think it's just the most annoying fucking thing.
Yeah, the cast of Persona 3 is like scaling your tower of packages while you're carrying them. Like that's how tall it gets.
Yeah, I can get that. It just like, and it's just hilarious. It's comically tall, and so it can get comically tall, and so like having to like balance that and mitigate things and kind of like go like deal with that kind of sucks. But if you can like hang in, because they give you like, you start getting things like skeletons, and you get like the floating carriers and vehicles you can use.
Hold on real quick. I do want to highlight that it's like a power skeleton like leg suit. You don't Norman Reedus, it doesn't start the game without a skeleton. The way that you said that, I just imagined like, yeah, so you're just kind of a puddle for the first chapter, and then they reinforce your bones.
They give you bones.
They give Norman a big old tall glass of chocolate milk, and then he's good to go.
Give me that bone juice, baby.
Yeah, that's crazy. Dude, it's weird. I just hold L2 and R2 all the time.
Which like, so do I, but it's kind of obnoxious too, because then if you hold L2 and R2 all the time, you can't sprint.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like L2 and R2, like it grips for balance and it helps like maintain, so you don't have to shift your balance, but like it slows you down a significant amount.
Yeah, dude, I'm there for it though. I'm whistling. I'm playing with my baby.
How do you whistle?
He just does it automatically, I think.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. Anytime BB gives me a like, it makes my heart feel good.
It makes me so I didn't think I was gonna like get as attached to BB as I did, but the first time I was like, oh man, I have only known this BB for a very short time, but if anything happens to him, I will kill everybody in this room and then myself.
Oh my god, yeah. So I do want to say this too. If you're somebody where you're like, man, I can't wait to see that cutscene that they showed us in the lead up.
All of them are like up front.
Yeah,
like, it's like in the first 2 chapters, like you see everything that we've seen.
Yeah, hour 1, I was like, all right, we've seen every single trailer except for one. Mm-hmm. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, and I like the character trailers, no, but like most of like the TGS stuff, like in chapter 3, I got to the point I was like, oh, that's the place where here's the place where Kojima fucked up in the TGS trailer and got dragged to filth by the BTs. Because he fired a bola gun at them for some reason.
Oh yeah, I do like drag to filth. That's a good.
It's I think it's a drag queen. Like there's like a
nice,
like a camp saying drag red to filth or something like that. I don't know.
I love it.
But and here's the place where you meet Jeff Keighley, and then somebody made the cliff mistake. TM, and like all this other things. It's like it's just there. Like it's just there within the first like 20 hours of the game. It's like, here's all of the stuff you've seen in the lead up, which is just like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's kind of refreshing too, though, because then you're like, cool, everything else is fucking, it could be anything.
Yeah.
But Sam, do we want to go through just like, all of our positives?
Yeah.
I think that'll be fun.
Let's go through all of our positives. First things first, this game is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, this might be the prettiest video game I've ever seen.
There was a point where I was just kind of like wandering around, and it was it was in chapter 2. You take a boat somewhere in chapter 2, and you get off, and like I was walking around. I go up these like cliffs and through this canyon, and like as you crest the hill, you see this fucking big ass like snow-capped mountain, like Everest looking mountain in the background, and it's just fucking breathtaking. Like this game is gorgeous looking.
Yeah. And then Kojima breaks the fourth wall and points at it and says, "You see that mountain in the distance?
Mm-hmm.
You can go there."
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
You can go there. Everything the light touches, you can go.
So I do want to make mention of this. I'm very, very curious because so far we've all been playing our eyes out. So far, I don't think anyone I know has gotten to this point. But that mountain, I've heard, is like the breaking point for almost 90% of the reviews that went south. That was the point that they all said, "Fuck this game."
Really?
And yeah, so because like the snow, from what I hear, is made of the rain. Take that for what you will.
Oh no!
Yeah, so I do just want to say, if you're listening to this and you're playing it, definitely write in, contact@metalgearmondays.com. Tell us what you think, because I keep hearing, and it's making me very, very scared, that the mountain is just like the must be this tall to ride, go fuck yourself part of the game.
Shit.
Yeah, on a positive
Yeah,
note, you can snowboard the carrier all the way down, apparently.
Hell yeah.
So fuck yeah. I'm going to do that and put on Red Hot Chili Peppers from the beginning of Power Rangers, the movie, and just let it go.
And here comes Tommy on a snowboard for some reason,
Hell
skydiving.
Yeah. People. So good.
Yeah.
Have a nice trip. See you next fall. Sorry.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna go back and watch
I need
that
to watch
movie
that
now.
movie again. That's such a terrible movie.
It's
but
a
I
real
love it
bad
so
movie,
much.
but there's a great Journey song in it.
There is a great Journey song, and also the credit song is Van Halen.
Holy shit! Is that
and
is Dreams in that movie?
Dreams is the credit sequence song.
Oh my god! You want to know something? I think subconsciously I've known that, and that's just been like what has made my heart feel the love when that song comes on.
Yeah. Dreams plays over the credits of Power Rangers the movie, and it's like it might be the best because it has like that like Dreams has like that like Dreams has that like guitar solo.
Yeah. It's got
like,
two
towards the end
it's
of
got
it.
two super sick
it
two
does,
hand tap guitar.
But there's
solo.
that one part, and I'll cue it here. It's like that. It sounds very Power Rangers.
Dude,
like,
it's so good. I'm gonna talk some independent movie theater into buying a one-time license to screen that movie at a midnight movie, and I just want us to go watch it together and just like openly weep during the end credits.
This is how good it is. I think that Dreams by Van Halen is one of the finest songs that the 80s ever gave us.
I agree completely.
So, anyway,
I'm so glad that this
Alessio.
podcast went in that direction.
Me too. What's another good thing about this game?
I think that the art design and like the vision of the future that we get to see is fucking amazing. I want Yoji Shinkawa to design the real future.
The world, the atmosphere is so well put together.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I think no matter how scary the upside down rainbows are, they're beautiful. I like the prefab kind of like weird, very angular architecture. I really like the like Nier Automata flavored like desolate cities that you see.
Yeah.
I want to spend more time in those. I wish that they would let me go inside the big ones, but
Same. Yeah. That would be nice, but yeah.
But yeah, even the like the outfits and stuff. Like I think in general, just the art across the whole game so far. Yeah, all of this, take it with a grain of salt. If the second half of the game is just like Norman Reedus like finger painting with his shit or something, like if it just all goes downhill after the back half, who knows? But so far, I think it's great. They just like forgot to make the back half. It's like it just becomes stick figures.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. Like the final void out. Here you go.
Oh Jesus. Sam, what's another one of yours?
I think for as like baffling as it is, I think the story has been good so far. What we've gotten, I think like I like the characters. I still fucking think that Amelie's bad. She gives me a very sinister vibe.
Yeah, she's spooky.
Yeah, Cole still is in denial about it, but we'll see what happens. But like I like the characters. I like where it's going. I've been for what we've gotten about the story. I've been very pleased so far. So I think the story is doing right by me thus far.
Yeah.
Again, it has an opportunity to take a very south turn, much like the mountain. Maybe the mountain is also the turn for the story. Who knows? But
no.
I think that it's a very good game. A good story so far.
Yeah, it reminded me of Persona 4, where it's like I feel like it's a good and it's an adequate amount of breadcrumbs to kind of keep you sort of.
Well, it's intriguing, right?
Yeah. It's you. I don't know how to describe it, and we can talk about the way that the those pieces are delivered to you, because it's weird. I do sort of have like a little bit of a criticism within this compliment, but I think the game does a good job of kind of stringing you along, for lack of a better way of putting it, kind of taking you from place to place to place. I definitely felt there was like a sense of urgency, almost to the point where it didn't I felt like I didn't want to do any of the side stuff, because every time I got to the next story beat, I was like, oh no, I got to keep going. Like they're pushing me along. I want to see what happens. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I feel the same way, because it's very intriguing. Like it feels like we're piecing together a mystery, you know, and it's just like I have no idea like where. Like I've seen a lot of like some of the key scenes, like we talked about, like some of the like a lot of the key scenes that we've seen in the lead up to the game have been interesting to see, like within context, and like figuring out, it's like, oh, so this one was like a flashback, and this one happened here in the present time, and like when did this happen, and trying to figure out like piecing what we've seen together and how everything else that we've seen works together to like move it forward. So it's been very interesting to kind of like go through.
For sure. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm hoping it's one of those kind of Kojima endings where it's like, oh man, everything that came before this is suddenly like much cooler. I hope it's not one of those where it's like, oh, that's what this was leading up to. Ugh. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So.
We'll see what happens. I think one of our worries, or one of your worries specifically, was just like, am I going to care when we've been given this like capital L lore already, and we're made to piece it out. But I think that it's been doing a good job of like keeping its cards close to its chest enough to keep us intrigued and going, while still like showing us enough of its hand to be like, okay, come on.
Yeah. And I do think a lot of that is definitely subjective to like everybody's patience level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so too. I think we're contrary to popular belief, very patient people when it comes to pay off in a story. So
yes.
I don't know if we strike people like that, but I think we are.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, and so I think along the same lines, another positive that I had is like, I definitely think the pacing of which they give you new tools is really well done. Like,
yes,
like as soon as I was getting used to like, I actually really liked how the game started you out with like nothing and then gave you one item at a time. Because the thing that I hate the most is being overwhelmed with like, here's 50 different things.
Yeah, it's and we had kind of talked about like the tooltips and stuff like that being kind of annoying, but I think you're right in that like it feels like, all right, so you get these like blood grenades, these somatic grenades, and it gives you enough time to like learn the grenade and feel comfortable with the grenade, and then okay, now here's the bola gun, now get used to that and things like that. And so it's not, I wouldn't say it's like a very slow like spoon feed, you know, like it's like it wants you to savor the flavor.
For sure. Yeah. I saw somebody tweeted earlier today, so I've officially beat Death Stranding, and I did not use any of the grenades that you make by peeing, pooping, or showering.
No, I feel like on principle I'm not going to use those.
Yeah, I've picked them up in the environment a couple of times, but like I've literally never used them. So
Zach said that like he used one of the PP grenades on BT, and it didn't do a lot. It just kind of meandered in a different direction for a little bit. So I don't know if they're as useful because the hematic grenades fucking rip. Like those things are dope.
Yeah, and I didn't realize per hematic grenade you get 5. So like,
yes, I didn't either.
Yeah, I thought they were just 1. So I was like, yeah, I'll just carry 5 of them with me. And then when I got to the first boss of the game, I was like, oh fuck, like I have
like 5,000 hematic grenades.
Yeah. Like it was just like, go. Oh, we're done. Okay. Like
one of my favorite things too is that after there's a certain point you reach, and I don't know if you've gotten here yet, but you're able to customize your backpack.
No, not yet.
And
I keep checking fucking religiously. I'm like, let me put stuff on my backpack.
It'll tell you. It'll give you like a notice. Like it gives you like, oh, you unlocked this gun. It'll give you a notice that'll tell you when you can. But one of the things you can add to it is grenade pouches. And you can just put your grenades in there, and so they're not like taking space.
Large
in your
boxes
tower of power.
Yeah. My Jenga
cool.
backpack.
Your Jenga backpack. Also, the other cool thing too that you can customize, you can put an extra battery on your backpack. So like all the stuff that uses batteries, like the skeletons and the trucks and bikes and stuff like that, will have an extra battery you can use.
Nice. Yeah, I think part of that pacing too is like I think the way that they funnel you from like a safe small space of experimentation into like bigger spaces with kind of more challenging terrain. Specifically, like I'm thinking of like the forest or like all of the rocks that happen in chapter 3. Like I think they do a really like it mechanically. I think it might be better paced than it is narratively, potentially. But yeah, I enjoy that. I think also, and Sam, I don't know how many additional positives you've got, but I just want to touch on this one real quick. Just in general, the game, how positive the game is so good.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Rogers,
like,
the video game.
Yeah, like everybody's just like, yeah, we have so much hope and we want to connect the world and like you're doing a great job and we love you and all the stuff like that. It's like, oh, hey.
Yeah, this came back looking perfect. Like, you're doing such a good job. Like, keep going. Yeah. Or the fact that other players can only interact with other players in a positive way. Like, you can only give likes.
There's no, like, dislike or, like, people can't, like, wreck your shit or, like, do bad things to you. It's only, like, it's, like, likes.
Yeah, you can't be invaded. Like, it's interesting. It's cool. I like it. It makes me feel, like, warm and fuzzy inside. It feels like you're walking around a Bob Ross painting.
Yeah, and that's, like, the intention, right? Like, that's, like, Kojima said in interviews, he's like, I want to make a game that connects people, makes people feel good.
For sure.
You know? And so, I mean, like, it's interesting that, like, this game is like that, and that in between, like, moments of, like, just insane bleakness.
Yeah, it's like, this is still sci-fi dystopia, but also you can make each other feel like you're hugging on the internet.
Yeah, but also, won't you be my neighbor?
Yeah, exactly. I think the other part of this, too, is, like, I love that in his, I don't know, like, what, 40, 50 years of, definitely closer to 40 years of being a game developer, I love that Kojima's non-lethality and kind of pacifism is still going. Because, like, this game actively, like, just heads up. And, like, again, this definitely isn't a spoiler because it happens within seconds of the game. And you can also infer it in general. But, like, the game actively decentivizes you from killing. Yeah. Because if you kill somebody, they will literally fucking obliterate like a 20-mile radius of where their body was. So like the game is actively telling you like subdue people, knock these people out, but like no one in the game, including the mules that come after you, nobody in the game wants to kill you and you don't want to kill anybody else because it literally will fuck everything up. Yeah,
because that's the thing is like the mules, they don't kill you. They knock you out, but they'll never kill you. They just take your shit. Like it's very much like it's a game that doesn't want you to kill people, and I can
it's very elegant.
That. In that way, it's almost more Metal Gear than Metal Gear. You know, it's very like, you know, you have the option to like in Metal Gear to like sneak around and not non-lethally like eliminate people, and this game is telling you like, hey, this is probably more better idea.
Yeah, I think some people might take offense to that. Like if you're listening to this and you're like, I like to go in guns blazing. Like, you might be like, fuck this game for telling me what I can and can't do. But at the same time, man,
I mean, you can.
Yeah, I mean, you can, but you're going to fuck
They give
yourself.
you like a real-ass assault rifle. Like, you can. It's just, it might not be in your best interest.
Yeah, and just so people are aware, because it took me a second, I was very hesitant. I was very scared. If you hit somebody with a vehicle, they do not die. They are rendered unconscious.
Yeah.
So you can.
I did that on accident. I was trying to escape a mule camp and I like ran into somebody and I was like, oh fuck, and then nothing happened. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm glad that the shit that pops up in your game, which like if anybody listening to this is asking the question, if I jump in 2 weeks from now, is everything going to be developed and I'm not going to have a good experience because people have already built everything? It generates like a little instance, and you're only given like. If you have access to ladders, you're only going to see other players' ladders in the game to a limited extent. You're not going to be like, oh, I see a tank and a fucking helicopter and a safe house. Like, you can't jump ahead. You can only see the items that you have.
Yeah. Which is, I think, a really cool way to do it.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think in general, like, I don't know, there's just like a lot of things about this game that I would be glad to tell somebody like, hey, you can hit somebody with a car, it's fine. Because like I would be worried that in general somebody would be so scared that might fuck something up that they just don't do it for the entire game. But yeah, I don't know, it's interesting.
I've got a positive that is also kind of a negative, but wraps around to be a primary positive.
Okay.
Never been more scared of rainbows in my fucking life. Go like trying to get through, and the reason why I say negative is because like I got anxiety already. I don't need more.
Yeah.
But like trying to like sneak through like areas that have BTs is so stressful and anxiety inducing, and it's so well done, and that's why it's a positive. It's a negative as a joke, but it's like it's the interactions with mules and BTs and like the dangers of the world are very, very well done. I would like to also take this opportunity to apologize for saying that I think that fighting the what are they called, the catchers that looked boring. I guess maybe on the surface level it does, but like actually playing an encounter with, like, the first time I had an encounter with one of those things, it was super intense. And I think as you get more tools, how you do those battles gets mixed up, but like they have some challenge to them, and I think that encounters are very well done in this game.
Nice. Yeah, I read a couple of reviewers that said that like I guess they were prone to getting caught by BTs. I think the only catcher I fought is the one that like is story related.
Yeah, there's one that's story related. I've only fought two. I fought the story related one, and then the second one I fought, I ran into some BT territories on on a bike, and I was just like, oh fuck it, and I started gunning it, and that was not the play.
Oh no!
And that was actually I committed my first void out in that particular instance.
Oh shit!
It's a harrowing experience. Because like the way that it happens is that like the thing fucking eats you, and then it just like it starts out like its mouth, like it's white, and then the white just expands and overtakes the entire screen.
Oh wow!
And it's just like I just looked at it, I was just like, holy shit. And it's just like rough. And then like when you come back, like you're just looking at it, you're like, oh fuck, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I've heard from some folks in general that like by the time you end up playing through the game, I think the variety, because I think there's like 5 or 6 different catchers you can encounter, but I think the variety starts to kind of like loop a little bit, and that does kind of, again, going into a little bit of like criticism skirting. I love how many different animations we have for different things. So it's like in the private chambers when you soothe BB and stuff like that. There's sort of some variety to it. I'm maybe 18 to 20 hours in, and I feel like I'm starting to get repeat animations, which is kind of frustrating. So it's like I've seen BB smash his head through the incubator a la TGS gameplay like 5 times now. So yeah, I mean, I'm agreeing 100% with what you're saying. The slight hesitancy in my voice is like I hope that I can continue to be excited by that stuff by the time we see the credits roll.
Yeah, I agree. I think that like there's a little asterisk on it where it's just like, well, let's see if it keeps up this like intensity. But as of right now, I've been very into it. The second catcher I fought the butthole dog from the TGS.
You fought the Shiba. No, I'm kidding.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been the encounters and like it's and the way that I say this, I don't know, and I don't think I am having fun playing this game. But as we have discussed at length in the past, I don't think a game has to be fun to be worth it.
Right.
And I think in saying that, I think it's a very tranquil game until it isn't. And I think having those moments where it cuts up your tranquility with these heart-pounding segments, I think it's done very well. And I think, like I said, like you see a rainbow or it starts raining, you're just like, oh fuck, is this gonna be it? And it's like it's very good. I think I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think to also add to that, I think personally, I think my opinion is very similar to kind of what we've talked about. This is going to be, I 100% am not trying to invoke anything negative here when I say this. Similar to when we talked about MGS5, I think this game is begging you to play it at your own pace. I think, unfortunately, because of the format of the podcast, and I think unfortunately because of the way that journalism works, I think we have a lot of people right now trying to play through the game extremely quickly. And I do worry that like playing through it quickly is going to heighten the repetition, because I think on a micro level, like on a single mission level, if I were to play one mission a week or something, and that might be extreme, but one mission a day or something, it's awesome because you get these like 20 to 30 minutes of like complete tranquility. And then you get this like 5 minutes of super intense stress. And then you crest over the hilltop, you see your destination, and you're just like, oh, fuck yes. I think, unfortunately, if you're like beelining through this game, which I know a lot of reviewers did, especially like reviewers that were sharing copies. So like if you listen to like Kinda Funny's podcast, like 5 dudes shared one copy and all beat it in like 3 weeks or something.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
In a situation like that, it's like, of course it's going to feel repetitive and insane because you're fucking blowing through it. And so what I would say is, like, if you're listening to this podcast, like, by all means, like, don't feel pressured to like listen along as we play it. Like, listen to episode 1 and 2 of the season, and then come back to 3, 4, and 5 when you finish the game or something. Like,
well, that's what, like, and that's the other thing too, is that like the reason why I want to delineate it so badly when we're covering it is that like I want somebody to be able to be like, okay, they talked about the prologue in chapter 1 here. Okay, now I'm going to pause this podcast and come back to it after I beat in chapter 2. And I want people to be able to break it out by chapter like that and be able to like listen to a chunk of our podcast. Because like, again, it's all about like your pace. And I think like we actually had like last week, we had like a serious conversation, like me and Alessio and Cole, we were just like, hey, we should talk about like how many episodes you guys are going to do for this, because it's one of these kinds of video games. And I think we compromise pretty well, I think, with with what time we have versus what time we want to give it, you know?
yeah.
And
Which is way more than anybody else, because like obviously when Metal Gear Mondays commits to covering a game, you know you're going to get like 15 hours minimum on that game. Whereas like somebody like Tim Rogers has to be like, here's an hour-long video. You know what I mean?
So we wanted to make sure we gave ourselves time to do it. And the other cool thing about it too, and I don't know if you felt this way, Alessio, having played it a bunch this weekend, but I haven't felt rushed, if that makes sense. I felt like, what am I trying to say here? I haven't felt rushed. I felt like
like in the game or in real life?
In real life, playing the game.
Yeah, no, I agree. The fact that we're like 20-ish hours in, and we're 24 hours
that, like, pleases me. Like I'm like this. Like if a brand new game comes out that I've been wanting to play, like I'll just play it a lot, and that's not new.
For sure.
But like I've been doing side stuff where I feel like it, and like doing all kinds of stuff. I've been doing it in a way that I want to, and it just so happens that it's working out for the show's breakdown and how we're going to be breaking down the episodes, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah,
because I was a little worried about like, okay, like you said, beelining it and like.
Yeah, and I definitely didn't mean to scare you guys, but it's like a lot of the shit that I was reading was definitely people being like, you will burn yourself out. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah. I think the good thing is that, like, because we're recording our first, like, walkthrough episode on Monday. As you're listening to this, we're recording next week's episode today. And, it's good because, like, as we're recording, me and Alessio are recording this episode, I'm at a point in Death Stranding where I'm good. If I were to stop playing it until Monday, which I won't because I want to keep playing, I do want to keep playing it. If I were to stop now and just not play anymore, I'd be good to talk about what we've divided up by Monday.
Yeah.
And then I have a full week to get to, a full like 7 days to get to like where we need to be for the second episode. So I think it's been good, and I haven't felt like I'm forcing myself to play more than I've wanted to.
Nice.
And that's a good thing, I think.
Yeah, this is definitely one game that, like, no offense to you guys, I'm glad I'm not playing for the show. Because, like, I definitely, and maybe this is a good segue to kind of get into like a little bit of criticism, because I definitely don't want to, I don't want to walk away from this game and not be honest with you guys. But I am, like, at the 20-hour mark starting to just now feel pangs of repetition. I think up until,
and I'm with you on it too. Like,
yeah,
you see some stuff. There's so here's one thing I do want to say, because I'm a little bit ahead of you, and I don't want to. I'm trying not to say something that will be spoiler-ish. At the end of chapter 3. They do something like towards the end of chapter 3, like the mission right before you connect South Knot City. They do kind of a crazy thing, and it's just like, oh, I got to do this, and then they get into some like backstory of a particular person, and it's very interesting. And then chapter 4, I played the first mission where you're in that kind of like hellscape war zone.
Ooh, very nice.
And so I think, and I've actually heard this, after chapter 3, the game gets, like, from what I've heard, the game gets buck wild. Nice. And so I'm with you in that, like, up to a certain point, and the cutscene when you get this mission, you'll know what it is when you get to it. But because when it happened, I was screaming, "Oh fuck!" when it was happening.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, that's good pacing then. That means that when they tested this thing, they were like, "All right, everybody's starting to feel repetition at this point. Let's
mix it up a little bit."
Yeah. Cool. That's good.
And so I was feeling the same way, and then they immediately got me back into it, and I was just
that's
like,
awesome.
"Oh fuck, let's go."
Yeah, it is a lot of game. I mean, I 100%. I'm gonna say, like, I'm a quarter of the way through the game. And I've played for fucking 20 hours. Like, I think this is a bigger game than MGS5 by a considerable degree. So if that's part of your decision making, if you're like, oh man, hour per dollar spend, if you're that guy, there's a lot here. But just be warned, there are aspects that can get repetitive. And like, I'm somebody who recreationally listens to a ton of very, very esoteric electronic music, so I'm okay with repetition, but I don't think everybody is. So I just, I don't want to do the whole, maybe it's just not for you, because like that feels very like elitist-y to me. Like that has like an undercurrent of it's for me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But yeah, Sam, what other? I'm curious. What other critiques do you have thus far?
I think I kind of said like most of my, it's as much as I love the mechanics, like it's also in the mechanics that I don't like. I think like all that slow motion stuff sucks. The balancing, I've gotten better at like managing it, but like the balancing and like the, oops, I tripped over a inch tall rock. I better hold down R2 and L2 to stop myself from like beefing it.
Hey, that shit happens to me every day on the sidewalk. All right.
Oh yeah, it's just it's a lot. Like it's just like it's that stuff like balancing the uh I think like the stamina gauge is super weird to me. And
yeah, it's hard to discern because it's like partially your hold your breath gauge, but also partially your sprinting gauge, but also partially like I don't know. It's weird. Like it's tied to so many things.
And then like I think like as you go, like the more time you go in between resting, like it gates off parts of it, so you have less and less stamina you can actually use.
Dude, you got to also pro tip and definitely skip the cutscenes because you don't have to fucking watch them every single time. Chug all the monsters you got.
Oh yeah, so you get an extra bar of stamina if you go into your rest house. You go into at the table if you chug, because you can only do it by a maximum of 25%. I don't know if that changes, but you can chug 3 monsters, skip the cutscenes, and have an extra bar of stamina.
Yeah, and as we joked about on the stream, Norman Reedus is definitely the kind of father to give his newborn baby boy a bunch of Monster Energy drink.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would never trust this child with this man.
What else? It's all mostly mechanical stuff. Here's what I will tell I still kind of can't get a grasp or a handle on the fucking results screens.
Yeah, it's a little obtuse.
Menu system.
It feels kind of like a DM in a D&D campaign just being like, yeah, go ahead and level yourself up without telling you why. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, when you get done, it's just like, here's some numbers. Fuck it. Here you go.
Here's all the likes you got. Cool. And then like, it's just like, okay, here's this stuff and this stuff. And like, okay, here's how long it took you to do it. It doesn't count though. And it doesn't matter though. And it's like, wait, fucking what? And then it gets to like your like porter rank. And it's just like the number keeps on going up and there's 5 different categories and like it's a star shape and it spikes as you do more things and it helps you improve. But then like there's a yellow spike now and I don't know what that means. Like, does that mean that what's going on? Like,
it made me feel good. But then at the same time, I was like, everybody's probably at this level. Like, I'm not special.
Like I don't understand. Like, I don't understand it. And he has a weird obsession. Hideo Kojima has had a weird obsession with like weird kind of esoteric menus ever since Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Metal Gear Solid 3's menu wasn't bad, but it was the start of something. And then 4's menus were a little weird, and then 5's menus were just all over the place. And now this is like the peak of it. It's just like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, I long for the MGS2 menu days of like, here's a map and that's it. Fuck it. Like
simple, effective. Here's all your shit. Go.
So I think we touched on literally every single critique that I had just organically while talking, which is great.
Yeah, I think so.
The only one that we haven't touched on, and I don't know if this is going to be controversial.
Uh-oh.
I feel like, and this has been my biggest, I've actually been kind of like bummed out about this. And I don't know if maybe we've done such a good job of like romanticizing Kojima that maybe like I shouldn't have been surprised. I feel like every fucking character in this game is a kiosk of information dumping before they're a human being. And it bums me out because like Fragile's the only person who we get to know how she feels. She has an emotional reaction that is not a chiral allergy, which made me very happy.
Yeah, when that scene, when they showed that scene was not a Kyra, when she was just literally just crying, I was just like, hell yeah, like that.
Oh yeah, she's got big Isabella Rossellini energy. If you've seen Blue Velvet, like that's how I feel like Lea Seydoux is.
Lea Seydoux is fantastic.
Yeah, so she's great. I will say this: I think Mads Mikkelsen, for the snippets that we have seen thus far, I think he's the best actor in the entire fucking game.
Yeah,
but. Like, I'm so bummed out that, like, Die Hardman, Mama, Heartman, and Deadman are literally, like, you could combine them into a Wikipedia page and they wouldn't even need to talk. And it's like, I want to know, like, what are your thoughts on the fact that humanity doesn't exist? What are you scared of? What are you excited about? Like, do you have emotions? Like, who are you?
I agree with you very much in that respect. Up to that point, I get this feeling that it's gonna break bad pretty soon as far as like giving them their motivations and stuff like that. My next mission is to go visit Mama physically.
Oh, nice.
And like see her in her lab.
Yeah, you think there'll be that cutscene from the promos?
From the character trailer, probably. Yeah, and then we'll get to see more past that.
I've got a bad feeling that bridges are all bad guys, dude.
That's the thing that I'm worried about too, and that's the reason why I don't like. I just have a very large distrust of Amelie, and Cole doesn't see it, but I feel like it's very easy to. I almost like the other thing too is that I'm worried that I'm wrong because it's so on the nose right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
How much better would it be though if we fell in love with every member of Bridges before they pulled the rug out and said they're bad guys? That would be fucking amazing. And like, unfortunately, I think Kojima is, and don't get me wrong, I think big picture, Kojima's got great ideas. I think micro level though, Kojima's like moment to moment gameplay, it's like even the actors sound like they're just reading off like information pages. And it's kind of a bummer, and I wish like a cast of this caliber would like, and here's the cool thing, Mads doesn't have to give you any fucking information, so of course he gets to be a good actor, and same with Higgs. Troy Baker gets to be a good actor because he doesn't have to give you information. But everybody else is relegated to this like fucking infomatic status, and I'm like, dude, come on, Die Hardman, like why do you have this job? Why do you have that mask? Like, you're dressed really well. Tell me about that. Like, what are you doing? What do you eat? Yeah. Like,
I like I said, I get this feeling that like it's slowly going to start. Like, I feel like it's going to slowly start like improving as you go, I think. Because like I could see like glimpses of it in the beginning, like especially talking to Deadman. And so again, this isn't a spoiler per se because this has been like the whole lead up thing, and like, you know, they have mentioned that these like BBs are tools, like they're tools. And I see the beginnings of Deadman like realizing that they're not tools, you know, and I'm hoping that they like take that and carry it forward. Like I'm seeing places in some of these characters where like development could happen, and I'm just waiting for it to begin. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah. No, and I'm excited about that. I think even with Metal Gear, because like I think we would be 100% being dishonest if these aren't new problems, is what I'm saying.
No.
Like, these have been there forever. Like, Kojima, take him or leave him, better or worse, he's still the director of Death Stranding, so it has the same problems and the same positives. So these aren't new things, but I think when we do the podcast, we're kind of reflecting back in this like romantic sense, and for the first time ever, we're actually reflecting on it like in the moment. And so I think I'm not being negative, and I'm not trying to be overly critical, and like if just to cut off anybody who's like, oh, you guys are trying to be controversial just to get listeners. Like, we're not. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I think I might be the most negative of everybody that is going to be on this season thus far. So you hopefully won't have to like suffer me for very much longer. But I think, and that's not this, like, I think this game is a good game. So I'm not saying I'm not trashing it, but I do think Kojima's writing, it's something that I was hoping would have matured a little bit before this game came out. Yeah. And I think, unfortunately,
it's insane to me. I feel like it's weird that it hasn't, in a way, because like, because like, it's been what, like 4 years? Like, he left Konami. He was out of Konami for about a year. He announced Death Stranding 3 years ago or so, and then it's out now. It's been about 4 years. And I would think, like, in that moment, like, his life experiences, like, it would have, like, had some type of upheaval or change, and it just feels very much signature him.
Right. Yeah, like, when my sister texted me and she was like, hey, should I play this? I was like, hey, FYI, if you're unfamiliar with Kojima, he has a very distinct writing style. It's not God of War. It's not The Last of Us. You're not going to get that kind of writing. This is
Sabrina?
Yeah, this is Sabrina. And she's played God of War. She's played Last of Us. She's played Spider-Man. I was like, you're not going to get this organic contemporary 2019 American human beings having a conversation dialogue. You're gonna get this like video game dialogue, and you're either in for it or you're not. And again, I think Fragile's the only one who has a conversation that's like about anything real. And Norman Reedus, God bless his soul, like anytime I ask the question while playing the game, he fucking asks the question in the game. Like he does a good job of being the player.
Really and that's my other favorite thing too, is that like whenever, like when he's just like creeping around, like just walking, he just like mutters stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, dude, me too, same. Thanks.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
he'll do like a thing like when you're like creeping around BTs, he'll just be like fuck, and I'm like, yeah, me too, thanks.
Yeah, exactly. But in general, it's like, I don't know. I think, and I don't know if it's because like, I mean, we can make excuses all day that it's like English isn't Kojima's first language, but like he does like campy shit, like Total Recall and all this other stuff, and like, and I love that stuff too. But like, I don't know. I think it feels less conversational and organic, and like these aren't real people in these situations being like, oh my god, what? Why are we hooking up babies? Like nobody's asking. Like when you see the BB for the first time, nobody's like, what the fuck? Like everybody's just like, oh no, right on. And so I would say if with Metal Gear, it's been different because I think we all came to understand Kojima as the games progressed. With Death Stranding, if you've never played Metal Gear and this is your first Kojima joint, you might be like, what is this? And I just want you to know that before you jump in.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, so just please be aware of that. Like even like, and for those like long time like Kojima people, like if you're coming to us because you looked up like a podcast about Death Stranding and you found us and you were just like, oh, I'll check this out, then you may not have a familiarity to us and to this. But if you're coming to us as like a listener who we've had for a while, or you're coming to us as a fan of Metal Gear who is now getting into Death Stranding, you'll kind of understand what I'm about to say. Even in like very poignant, important moments, there was a moment towards the end of chapter 3 was a very poignant, powerful thing, and he still managed to be very signature Kojima about it. And when you get to that point, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about if you're familiar with Kojima. And so it's just like it's not something that I'm, I feel negative or positive about. It's just, here it is, and I'm used to it. And so
right.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that completely. And I think again, overall, I think I do feel truly positive about this game. I am enjoying myself. But I would feel dishonest by not sharing that. I do think that the characters just feel so crude for what they are, and I am curious as to like what the actors thought while like, so just as a funny aside, and this totally happened as like a weird one-off thing, and I was talking to Zach James about this while it was happening. I saw Nakey Jakey tweeted out a very funny thing, and so I retweeted it. And I'll read it real quick. I know, just to be that guy. Let me read a tweet on a podcast. But he said, dialogue in Kojima games. Guy, so you like eating corn dogs? Corn dog man. Yes, I love them. Guy, and you make corn dogs? Corn dog man. That's right. Guy, so why do they call you Corn Dog Man? Corn Dog Man, let me explain. 15-minute cutscene on the history of corn dogs. And I retweeted that, and I kid you not, Christopher fucking Randolph liked my retweet of that. And so, like, even actors who have read scripts for Kojima are just like, yes. And so I do wonder, like, since most of these actors, it's their first time working with Kojima, except for Troy Baker, I do wonder what their thoughts were on this script. Because, like, unfortunately, at the end of the day, man, like, I do feel kind of passionately about, I do feel very passionately about video games. And it bums me out to think that there are these top-tier actors that are just like, yeah, this script is kind of ham-handed and, like, a little juvenile, but, like, that's video games. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want an actor to be like, yeah, movies have good scripts, but video games sure as fuck don't. Like, that, it really bums me out that, like, the script couldn't have been better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, I mean, that's all speculation. Maybe they all had a great time and they're just like, whatever, this is video games, NBD. But like, I don't know. I mean, I want actors to respect video games, and I want people to think of video games as art. Obviously, we've talked about that a lot. And I just think with a script like this, like that's the one thing. Like all the other categories, fantastic. Graphics are great. Gameplay is fun or whatever, enjoyable. All this stuff is like checking the boxes for me, but like the writing, man, come on. So I don't know. That's Alessio's prescribed. So one soapbox per episode. There we go.
And then you could take that and then you can co-sign it, Sam Wright.
Yeah, just spread that like a marmalade across the entire season until somebody says otherwise.
Yeah, I get this feeling that the characters are going to open up, and I fucking hope that I'm right, because like I don't know. I have no I hate to be like this. I have no basis in reality for thinking that they will, but I have this feeling that they will. And I just hope that I'm correct.
I believe in you.
So yeah.
I'm believing
in Kojima. But
just because I know that I won't get a final moment in the rest of the season to talk about this game, the last thing that I want to say is, if you're listening to this and you're on the fence about playing Death Stranding because you think it's too weird, I'm going to be that guy that says, guess what? It's not as weird as you think it is. It could be weirder. Like, as a matter of fact, I wish it was weirder. But like, it's like if you've seen Inception or any other Hollywood film that utilizes like kind of like a borderline surrealistic plot device, like this game, it's not symbolism if they show you something and then 12 people in the game tell you what it means. And so this game isn't like esoteric. Like by the time you get to the end, you're not going to be like, man, what the fuck did all those symbols mean? Because like they show you a dead whale and then they're like, here's why there's dead whales. And it's like, oh, okay. So like it's not unapproachable. It's not dense like you think it might be. It's just dense in a different way.
Well, it's like Inception. It's like it's weird enough to be interesting, but not weird enough that it turns you off.
Right. And yeah, if you're looking for like weird as fuck, give me a project. Like I need it to be so weird that I'm going to dedicate my life to it.
Yeah, that's probably.
It's not that. Yeah. It's not. This isn't Inland Empire by David Lynch. Like. It'll be fine. Which is weird, man.
Death Stranding 2 will be that game.
Yeah, I wish, man, because David Lynch and Hideo Kojima were in New York at the exact same time, and me and Chris Hampton were plotting to get them in the same room together, but it didn't happen.
Oh man, imagine, just fucking imagine.
Yeah, I want to know what David Lynch would think of this game. I want to see that Let's Play.
Well, who knows if we're even gonna who knows if we're even gonna get another Death Stranding, because mini Death Stranding news here. It's time for our news. Hideo Kojima wants to make movies, so
oh yeah,
and said
he did straight up.
His studio will make movies. He says not might, will make movies. So
yeah, I'm interested in that.
So we'll see what happens there. But yeah. Death Stranding, kind of our first looks. This is kind of like it's a mood. It sure is a mood, this game. And much like Alessio has said, I am feeling primarily positive about my experiences with it so far. We'll see what happens. We'll see if the mountain breaks us.
I'm waiting for the dark overtones of this chiral network. It's all so positive. I'm just waiting for the.
That's why I'm
dum.
That's why I'm so convinced that Amelie is bad.
Oh, I didn't give you my hot take. My hot take is, and you might already know this. I don't know. I don't know if this is real or not. You probably already know whether or not this is a thing. I think Samantha Strand, Amelie herself. I think Samantha is Sam's sister. I don't know if that makes her good or bad or not. Can
I make a mention really quickly? There's some some scenes. This very, very light spoilers for I think like chapter 2.
You're talking about Baby Sam?
Yeah, Baby Sam. There's some scenes where Baby Sam is on the beach with Amelie, and it feels very groomy and uncomfortable.
Oh, no. I also want to say this. It feels very the Decima engine cannot handle children because they all look like fucking Cabbage Patch creatures. Because we talked about Eloy.
Aloy. Oh, yeah. Kid Aloy looks like a fucking monster creature.
Ooh, buddy. She looks like some fucking Monster Factory. Like,
Yeah. No, like
Ugh.
children in the Decima engine, which I don't want to like talk too much shit because Horizon is a beautiful game. Death Stranding is a
Oh,
beautiful
yeah, it
game.
looks great.
But like, it feels like when the Decima engine creates children, it just takes a full size human and just like squishes it down and doesn't like adjust for width.
yeah. Here's the most beautiful seascape you'll ever see in your life. By the way, here's a demonic child.
Also, this infant monstrosity.
Yeah, it handles babies just fine. We
Yeah,
know
babies
that.
are fine.
Babies great, adults great, anything in between. Blah.
Even though baby's ugly. Baby, I'll do anything for BB. BB's still ugly.
Do you think Lou's a boy or a girl? I really can't tell.
I don't know. I don't really know.
Yeah, I really can't tell. It looks like a boy because that big ass forehead, but girls got big
I've met
foreheads
girls
too.
with big ass foreheads before.
One of them is Alloy as a baby.
Yeah, Aloy as a baby. Fucking monster creature.
Park a fucking mule van on that girl's forehead. Anyway.
That forehead's big enough to build a base for a bridge in there.
Oh my god. I do want to say, like, shout out to Guerrilla Games, Santa Monica Studio, anybody, because I guess this was like a big collaborative thing. Like, I think Insomniac even worked on, like, there were like 5 Sony studios that worked on this.
Yeah, the Sony studios are all very supportive of each other, and I really like that. They're always tweeting each other and like being real like nice to each other, and it's very nice.
Yeah, Corey Barlog, what up, brother?
Corey,
we
I hope
see
Corey's
you.
in this game.
Yeah, I hope so too. He did lament not being asked to be scanned, though.
Mm-hmm. He did,
Like,
he
I
did
know that was
that.
like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
What is it?
So I don't know if
that said
Kojima was like, get
the
over
thing
here.
that set the fucking ground zero off for us. The Corey's been standing this game for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
What's
Yeah, I am happy. Some of the cameos definitely reinforce some of the episodes we've had on this show. So I'm happy about that. So we predicted the future.
Yes, we did. Yeah, I guess that is it for this episode. Thank you for joining us, Alessio. Thank you for taking time out to kind of join me.
Of course.
Like I've been saying, rocking it old school.
Yeah,
old school,
thanks
like
for
the old
thanks for
school.
listening to the ramblings of an old killer.
Yeah. Like we said kind of up at the top, where like I said, we're gonna be changing the Patreon structure a little bit as like a not only a thank you, but a sorry for not being great with the video stuff. So
We're losing money for you guys.
So you can check it out if you'd like to join in on the fun there. You can go to patreon.com/Metal Gear Mondays. We have $1 will get you into our Discord, where we have a lot of cool people chatting about Death Stranding and Metal Gear and just a bunch of random stuff, video games, movies, what we're reading, all kinds of cool stuff. So you can come in and check that out if you like.
People from all over the world too, man. We got like Spain, Alaska,
we got some,
Canada,
so all kinds of places.
Russia. We just got our first Russian.
We did. We have our first Russian. Welcome. And we'll have some new people to read on the show, some new names to read on the show here pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. $2. We're doing our Patriot Club, which is every 2 weeks we release a special second podcast that's just random talk. I do apologize. This week's or last week's was a little delayed because of just intense illness. But we are going to be recording it here in a day or two, and it'll be out soon. So stay tuned for that. What else? You can go to facebook.com/Metal Gear Mondays. Like us there. Twitter @Metal Gear Monday. We're very active on Twitter, and Twitter's we love our Twitter. Twitter @Metal Gear Monday. You can follow us there. Instagram Metal Gear Mondays. bit.ly/MGM store if you want to buy a shirt or something like that. We have a cool mug with Isaac's face on it too. And stickers.
Of which I still have one. I think I've got a Fumbling in the Dark with Isaac Lim sticker on my fridge.
Yes, it's a wonderful sticker. Still wish it was glow in the dark, but they don't have that capability on the website we use. So, And yeah, just metalgearmondays.com will get you links to all of the things. YouTube as well. YouTube.com/metalgearmondays. Check out Alessio's stream. It's a pretty solid like demo of the first bits of the game. If you're on the fence about jumping in, it'll be a good little primer for you. So check that out. And yeah, metalgearmondays.com. Alessio, where can they find you on the internet?
Hey, you can find me at acsummerfield.com, slowly but surely. I'm chronicling my journey editing a film, and I'm going to be overhauling that website to include a lot more writing soon. But you can also find me on Twitter at acsummerfield, youtube.com/ALIGHERO. Sorry about that. Yeah, Vimeo AC Summerfield. Yeah, anything AC Summerfield except for my YouTube because it predated it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, also add me on PSN. Spoiler alert. I've been getting inundated with PSN invitations.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of PSN requests.
Yeah,
Somebody,
and I love you guys.
Hold on. You're going to hear me turning my PlayStation on right now.
Ooh.
Because I want to give it, you heard that beep? Yeah. And you'll probably hear a little bit of Death Stranding because I put it in rest mode. I wanted to do a quick shout out really quickly because, there it is. Because somebody... It was on. I don't know who this person is. I think it might be Luis Marine Jr. potentially because of the name, but I might be wrong.
Is it Marine Rec?
Marine Rec Time, yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
So Luis, thank you for this. Just sent me a message like a minute before the game came out and said good luck on your Death Stranding playthrough, and I was just like thanks, man. Luis, thank you for the encouragement. I appreciate that very much. And now I'm going to put my PlayStation back into rest mode.
And I've definitely been enjoying those, but just like FYI, please don't get offended if you request to view my gameplay and I don't want to accept it. Because I think after streaming the game for like 8 hours straight, I'm just like, dog, I just want to play this by myself for a little bit. I don't mind streaming it from time to time, but like last night, somebody requested gameplay while I was playing, and I did see it, and I was like, man, I'm sorry. And I ended up sending a message later where I was like, hey, I hope you didn't take offense, but like, just I haven't gotten to sit down with this by myself, and I just really wanted to. So feel free to add me to party chat and stuff like that. And like, depending on the time, I don't mind jumping in there. But at the same time, like I do want to also have a little bit of like a vacation from people to play this game.
And I constantly want to have vacations from people. So is my nature.
But we do have a PSN community, so if you look up Metal Gear Mondays on PSN, you can join our community, and if you stream or if you want to catch one of us streaming, it will update the community group when somebody is streaming.
Yep. So that's pretty dope. You can find me on the internet. My PSN is Deadpool Alpha. So again, you can still add me, and I'll say this every time. Please say that you're from Metal Gear Mondays when you add me, because I don't know one way or the other. I got a friend request from somebody the other day that had nothing in it, and like the name looked super suspicious, so I just ignored it. So make sure you're putting like a message in there when you request either one of us, just so we know. And we will add you.
Absolutely.
We just need to make sure. We just want to make sure that we're adding like the right people. So
yeah, and same for anybody who's adding me on Facebook, because like I've actually had, for some reason, fairly recently, I think I've had like 10 people in the last week try to add me on Facebook, and it's like, we have 0 mutual friends. You don't send a message at all. I have no fucking clue who you are, and it's just like a random person from a random part of the world, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Could be
and, like,
a listener, could be a weird Russian ad bot. We don't know.
Yeah, and like way back when, maybe like a year ago, I used to just be like, sure thing, like you look good, but then like you look like a decent human being. But like now it's gotten to the point where it's like I just see so many people getting hacked on Facebook that I'm just like deleting if I don't know what the context is.
Same.
So if you are a listener, shoot me a follow or something first, or shoot me a message before you send me a friend request if you do want to do the Facebook thing. But yeah, just want to put that out there.
Yeah. And then you can also find me on Twitter at Sangel. You can just follow that one. And YouTube bit.ly/Sam Does a Thing.
Oh,
Or,
yes.
yeah, bit.ly/Sam does a thing where I just do stuff. Yeah, my brain shut down for a second, and I thought I said something completely different from what I actually said. I don't know. Ignore me. But yeah, follow me on those places.
Sam does at Hing.
At Ting. At Ing. Yeah, that's me. And yeah, I think that's it, Alessio.
Shit! I should have prepped. I can't remember how we end these.
No, it's new, so it's okay. I'm gonna help you. I just wanted to throw this out there. It's just like even though you moved like literally as far away from me as you possibly could without leaving the lower 48 United States.
Well, not to spoil Death Stranding or anything, but I'm going to be the first to go.
Oh yeah.
Like New York's just gone in Death Stranding.
Yep. We start in fucking DC, brother. Even though you have decided to move as far away from possible as me, I, will never really be that far apart because of the network we have established and the strands that we have established over these last almost 10 years of friendship. And I just
it's like we've got some sort of connection
or something.
I feel you and I might have like a connection. Something.
On the edge of their territory. And so
Sorry, Jerry just freaked out.
I
He saw a ghost. Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, I just went into a cutscene. Jerry's notifying me about BTs. Yikes! Good lord! Hold on. I think there might be
Gerald, sweet
I think
boy.
there might be a member of the UCA trying to deliver a package next door.